Hey guys, welcome back to another video from the Football Herd. Hope you're doing wonderfully well. So this is the Gameweek 5 Transfer Targets video in which we'll be discussing about how I did in my previous game week, the burning questions. Then we'll be talking about the best player comparison and also the watch list, which pans out across the defenders, midfielders and forwards. And I'll speak about one specific player from each segment so that we can target that player in our team selection video. So without delaying any further, let's get started. My team scored 54 points this game week. My current rank stands at 119k, which I feel is a very decent start. So in goal, Flecken gave me a couple of points. It was only safe points. And in my defense, Robinson gave a couple. He was very unfortunate to concede in the last minute. And Trent gave 1 point. Now, Trent had a good game, but we saw that he did not get on the end of a lot of things. His crosses were not meeting the forwards. Then only one positive that I found was that he was not substituted early, which was happening in the previous games. When Bradley came on, he was still in the pitch. And coming to my third defender, that's Lewis. Lewis gave me 1 point, and he was substituted at the halfway mark. So as we were speaking, that Lewis is a rotation risk, and we are clearly seeing that when Walker is fit, he will be substituted. So now coming to my midfield, Smith Rowe was the savior, whereas the others were very much disappointing. Smith Rowe gave me 7 points and had a very decent assist, I would say. And then coming to Mohamed Salah was very disappointing, to be very honest, because in the previous game weeks he was playing with very menace, but we did not see that kind of Mohamed Salah in this game, which was pretty disappointing to say the least. Now coming to Rodgers, now what should I say about him? 4 outings, only 2 points each games. But having said that, he is someone who's very much unlucky, I would say. We saw that the pass that he provided to Watkins was a little heavy. That's why Watkins could not be on the end of it and stuff like that. So he's missing out on those nuances. Otherwise, he's a very good asset, and in this price point, I think Rodgers is someone who should shine in the game weeks to come. Now coming to Diego Jota, he's also someone who is now a rotation risk, because we saw that he was also substituted, and we'll talk about other replacements in his area. Now coming to Cole Palmer, after 6 points in the previous game week, only gave 3 in this, and I feel that he was a bit subdued, and he was not someone who was the 17 pointer that he gave. He was not playing alike. But having said that, I will keep faith on Cole Palmer as of now, because I'm not willing to transfer him out as yet. Now coming to the forwards, Wissa was the savior. He gave me 7 points, but he is badly injured, and we'll also talk about his replacement in the next segment. And then Captain Fantastic, that's Erling Haaland, again giving 26 points. Burning question being, who's the best Rico Lewis replacement? Because he's someone who is a rotation risk, just like I discussed earlier. Now since Walker is fit and he's priced at 5.3 million, and also Guardiola came on and played a brilliant cameo in that match as well. We saw that if you want some City asset and covering Rico Lewis's position, then I believe that Guardiola and Walker are the best options. Now I will not be leaning towards a City asset because they are not nailed, and there will be a lot of pep relay and rotation. So in my opinion, I'll look at someone like Luka Dean if you want a same player in that price bracket. He has those incredible fixtures, and he is also someone who is better than Konza in my opinion. And if you talk about Rico Lewis replacement, it will be Luka Dean for me. Now coming to the next question, that is who are the best 3 Liverpool assets to own? So just like I mentioned earlier in my previous videos also, that Salah and Trent are someone, these two are completely nailed in my opinion. And Trent is the second best player in the Liverpool shirt in my opinion, considering the FPL aspect and also the kind of football that they're playing. Now Liverpool have finally conceded their first goal of the season, as many managers doubled up on Trent and Robertson. But I also feel that there is a greater value downgrading Diaz and Jota to a 5.5 million player to fund the Saka move, considering you will want Haaland and Salah Saka together from game week 6, right? So Salah, Trent and someone like no, not the third asset for me. I believe that only these two assets are someone that I'll look from Liverpool. I won't triple up on Liverpool for sure. Because if I talk about any low-priced midfielder from Liverpool, that is also someone I will not recommend. Then if we discuss someone like Virgil van Dijk or Robertson of 6 million, now that kills away that Gabriel spot or the Saliba spot in my opinion. That's why I'll only go with Salah and Trent. I will not go for a third Liverpool asset. Now coming to the next question, that is, who are the best Visa replacement? So in my opinion, three names stand out. The first being Calvert-Lewin, the second being Chris Wood, and the third being someone like who is not that much of a talisman, but it's Delap from Ipswich, right? So why Calvert-Lewin? I will discuss at length in my next section, where I'll be talking about the watchlist forwards. But just so you know, Calvert-Lewin and Semenyo rotate wonderfully with each other. Calvert-Lewin is on pens, he has already scored a couple of goals and etc. Right? Now, why Chris Wood? Because Nottingham Forest is playing some beautiful football. Not only they are compact and we are seeing the shades of Wolves, Nuno's Wolves in this Forest side, but he's someone who has already proved, and he has also got a couple of goals, and he has got 3 complete bonus points in the first 2 fixtures out of the 4 fixtures, right? And Delap, just because of the same price bracket and of the kind of wonderful fixtures that they have. Now, he's also someone who is completely nailed in the Ipswich Town team. And if you don't want to go with Delap also, someone like Archer is also there from Southampton. I know he missed the penalty, but he's someone who is also a decent shout. But if you want a clear answer as to who is the best Visa replacement, it's Calvert-Lewin in my opinion. Now coming to the next question, that is who are the assets to consider from Nottingham Forest? Just like I highly spoke about them, and someone like Chris Wood, Morgan Gibbs-White, Olaina and Moreno, these are the 4 players that I'll be looking at because of their resolute defensive shape, and they have the 3rd lowest expected goals conceded. So in my opinion, I will not be filling my team with Nottingham Forest players, but someone like Olaina and Moreno are a very good shout, considering that they are very low priced, and they can easily fund that extra budget that we will be requiring for a heavy Arsenal Liverpool defense double up, right? So the next question is who are the best 3 Arsenal assets to own? Now it's a pretty straightforward answer in my opinion, that you should definitely own one of Raya, Salah and Gabriel, and then come at someone like Saka and Havertz. This is one take where you fixate on Saka and Havertz and then go with one defender or a goalkeeper from Arsenal. Other than that, what you can do also is you can double up on Arsenal assets defensively and go with Saka in my opinion. Because if it's between Saka and Havertz, I'll definitely go with Saka. But if you don't have the funds for Saka, then Havertz is someone whom you should definitely have if you cannot afford Saka, right? So what is the best wildcard timing? Now, I will definitely recommend you guys to hold on to your wildcard if you haven't used it yet. Not use it in Gameweek 5, but use it in Gameweek 6, which is the best time. And since the UCL games and the Cup games are starting, it will help us, find those cheap enablers and the targeted Arsenal assets that we have. Also, we will be quite crystal clear in the injury doubts and all the other aspects, right? So there's a definite fixture swing also from Game Week 6. So in my opinion, wildcard in Game Week 6 is the best time to wildcard as of now. Now the next question is Rodgers and Eze essential? Now Rodgers again is very much poor in the FPL lens, but menacing in the final third. It's just not happening for the lad. I believe that he's attempted 3 shots and nearly set up Watkins in 2 occasions, but still he's not someone who is on the scoring end or the assisting end. Now similarly, Eze is sharing pens with Mateta, which tarnishes his appeal somewhat. And I believe that Mbeumo is a better pick than Eze as of now. So if I already have Eze, I'll probably keep him, but I'll not look to buy Eze. Now coming to the watch list, in defense, I have gone with Guardiola, Luka Dean and Gabriel. Now, out of these three, I'll not be bringing in Guardiola and Gabriel right away. Just like I mentioned earlier, I'll be looking to bring in the Arsenal assets at Gameweek 6. As of now, my main target is Luka Dean. Now, the French left back of Aston Villa is a better asset than Konza and has a lot of more attacking threat, I believe. He has already had a couple of assists in the last 4 games and has a dream run of games against Wolves, Ipswich, Bournemouth, Fulham and United up next. So, in my opinion, if you have a defender to pick of 4.5 million category, then Luka Dean is a no-brainer. Now, coming to the midfielders, in my midfield, I have selected McNeil, Barnes, Bruno, Mbeumo and Bowen. Now, Bowen has scored already 1 goal and we saw that he has created 3 big chances as of now. And also, he was someone that was expected to score somewhat around 14-15 points by Fantasy Football Hub, but he's already scored 20 points, right? And we also saw that he was very menacing in the last game also. And if someone is more pivotal in the West Ham lineup than him, I do not believe anyone is more pivotal than Bowen. So, having said that, out of all these 5 names, and if you want a Rodgers replacement, I think McNeil is the one. He's already scored 1 goal and had 4 shots. He also created 2 big chances and 17 big chances, and he has got 2 big chances, but he could not convert all of them. And the kind of fixtures that Everton have, it's completely a no-brainer in my opinion. Because if you see that from Gameweek 6 itself, or 5 itself, they have a Leicester, Palace, Newcastle, Ipswich, Fulham, Southampton, West Ham, Brentford. So it's a decent run of games. And he's playing in the number 10 position, which makes him more juicy, just behind Calvert-Lewin. So I believe that McNeil should be one of the main targets in the watch list. When we talk about the midfielders, you can clearly see in the scatter plot that McNeil is alongside the likes of Mbeumo and Semenyo, and he has already had 3 goal contributions and an XGI of 2.5, which is greater than that of Mbeumo. So that's a shocking stat, and which makes him at par with someone like Luis Diaz or Saka even in the expected goals involvement. So he is in the mix. He's not also someone who is falling behind a lot. So you can also see that Kevin De Bruyne has been the highest when it comes to expected goals involvement, but he has only contributed to a couple of goals involvement. So that makes McNeil a very good asset, and I'll call it out that he is in the cluster where we have Mohamed Salah, Saka, Palmer, Luis Diaz, Mbeumo and Semenyo. So he's someone that you can definitely go for if you want a Rodgers replacement. Now coming to the forwards, I have picked 4 forwards. That's Dominic Calvert-Lewin, John Duran, Jackson and Havertz. Now I have spoken at length about Jackson and Havertz in my previous videos. So I'll be focusing more on Duran and DCL. John Duran scored already 3 goals from a total number of 8 shots, and he is always a substitute. Can you believe that? And I believe that he is the best under 21 striker that we have in the Premier League currently. He has already had 1.1 expected goals involvement, and he's someone who has already scored 20 points. And someone's coming off the bench and scoring 20 points is pretty decent. And we also saw that Watkins was substituted in the UCL game. So that makes Duran a probable starter if Watkins is not fit, right? Now, I'll be talking about Dominic Calvert-Lewin as my main man, just like I spoke highly of him in the previous section. Now, Dominic Calvert-Lewin is one of those target man based strikers, a Burnley striker, I would say, right? He'll miss a lot of chances and then eventually convert a few. So he has already converted a couple out of the 6 number of shots that he has taken. If you look at this chart, you can see that Dominic Calvert-Lewin is among the mix, and he is at par with the goal contributions with Watkins, then Nicholas Jackson, and then Havertz as well. So I believe that Dominic Calvert-Lewin is not someone that is an outlier or a poor performer, and just like I mentioned about the dream run of games that Everton have, that makes Dominic Calvert-Lewin a very impressive pick in my opinion. So he's my main transfer target of the strikers. The comparison will be between Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Chris Wood. So as you can see in the graphic that Chris Wood leads Dominic Calvert-Lewin in all the aspects like expected goals, big chances, shots in the box, shots on target, and total shots. We see that Calvert-Lewin has a greater expected assist and the touches in the box. But having said that, both of them are neck and neck. There's only 0.2 difference in their price point, and if you also take into consideration the upcoming fixtures, then Wood has a much more tricky fixture, I would say. But Calvert-Lewin has a dream run of games. He has Leicester, Palace, Newcastle, Ipswich, Fulham, Southampton. All of those games are pretty juicy in my opinion. And though it's completely neck and neck, but going by the numbers and the fixtures, I will just give Calvert-Lewin the edge. On to the next player comparison, that is McNeil versus Rodgers. Now it's clearly also evident from the graphic itself that there's a stark difference in all the aspects that we're talking about, be it big chances created, only chances created, crosses, through balls, expected assist, expected FPL points. McNeil leads Rodgers by a lot. But when you talk about both the players playing from different teams, I believe that Aston Villa is a better side attacking than Everton. Now, Everton have been not that much of an attacking team when we compare them with someone like Aston Villa. But having said that, McNeil was at the end of things, whereas Rodgers was very unlucky and he was not someone who is having a great time. And I believe that McNeil is someone that I'll be leaning towards. If I do not have neither, I'll go with McNeil. If I have Rodgers, then probably I'll just give him a couple more or a single game week more. Then I'll definitely look at someone like McNeil or other 5.5 million or 5 million options. The team selection video will be out tomorrow, so if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do consider subscribing, and if you have liked this video, please do drop a like, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.